Hey, this is Brandon, and today I would like to present a complete Drip network user guide. I'm going to try to cover all the bases in this video. I've seen a lot of questions in the Telegram, and so I was compelled to put this video together, so I hope you like it. Please go ahead and like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna put a pinned comment at the bottom, right below the video. I'll put a pinned comment with some time stamps so that you can easily navigate back and forth in this video. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into it. So what is Drip? Drip is a smart contract, actually a collection of smart contracts that are on the Binance Smart chain, BSC. This is a BEP20 token. Drip is a token on the Binance Smart chain. The smart contracts, I have 3 of the smart contracts listed here. These are the rules of Drip network. This is what these rules, these contracts dictate how Drip works, what it does, what you can do with it, and how you interact with the smart contracts. Those smart contracts are hard-coded into the Binance Smart chain blockchain. That means they are immutable. They cannot be changed. They are what they are. They can't be pulled off the chain. They're on the blockchain. They always will be on the blockchain. And so you can depend on this project as being a complete project. This is not something where they're still building it. Like a lot of cryptocurrencies, the coin represents some kind of project that they're still working on, and they plan to get this and they plan to get that. This is not like that. This is a complete crypto token project on the Binance Smart chain. So the 3 main contracts are the Fountain contract. This is where you can swap BNB for Drip and vice versa. There is the Faucet contract, which I'll be talking about mostly in this video. The Faucet contract is where you can stake your Drip tokens and compound your Drip tokens. Lastly, the Reservoir contract is the liquidity provider contract. You can provide BNB. You can stake or deposit your BNB tokens and provide liquidity for the BNB Drip pair. I will not be getting into the Reservoir in this video. So what can you do with the Drip tokens? Well, you can buy them and sell them just like you can with any cryptocurrency, any ERC20 token, any BEP20 token. You can buy it and sell it. But keep in mind with Drip, one of the main differences is when you sell the Drip token on the Fountain page, that's the Drip network decentralized exchange. When you swap Drip for BNB, when you sell Drip, you are taxed 10%. So if you had 100 Drip tokens to sell, you're only going to get credit for 90 of those. Another thing, the main thing you can do with the Drip token, the thing that makes Drip tokens valuable is the fact that you can stake the Drip tokens in the Faucet contract. Keep in mind, when you're dealing with the Faucet contract, the deposits into the contract and claims out of the contract are each taxed at a rate of 10%. So again, if you deposit 100 Drip tokens into the Faucet contract, you're only going to get credit for 90 of those. If you have 100 Drip tokens on your available Faucet and you claim those, you're only going to get 90. And then when you go to sell those, you're going to get 90% of that, so 81. So keep that in mind. To claim Drip tokens, you pay a 10% tax. To sell Drip tokens, you pay a 10% tax. To deposit Drip tokens into the Faucet, you pay a 10% tax. Why are all these taxes in existence? This is how the platform, this is how the Faucet smart contract pays dividends. And so here's the main function of your deposits in the Drip Faucet contract is you compound your deposit at 1% a day. Every second of every minute of every hour of every day, the Faucet contract pays you in drip tokens 1% of whatever you have on deposit. And when you compound that deposit, when you have your available tokens and you decide to compound those tokens, and we'll get into compounding or hydrating in more detail in just a minute or two. When you hydrate your drip tokens, you're going to only pay a 5% tax on that transaction. Drip also has a referral system. I won't be getting too much into the referral system, but in order to stake your drip tokens into the Faucet contract, you must have a buddy. A buddy is just another wallet address for somebody who is already deposited, who has already deposited drip tokens into the Faucet. So for purposes of this video, if you like the content, if you like the video, and if you want to buy some drip tokens and stake them in the Faucet contract, please use my buddy address. I will post it down below the video. In the referral system, you have an upline and a downline. So people that invited you to participate on the Drip network, those are your upline, and you sign up under your buddy. Your buddy is your immediate upline, and that person also has a buddy above them, and it can go up and down up to 15 levels. It's not multi-level marketing because you do not need any referrals. You do not have to go recruit other people. Your drip token income depends completely on the smart contract and those taxes that are withdrawn on so many different transactions. The taxes serve to pay the 1% dividends that deposits are receiving. So there is absolutely no need to have a downline. You don't have to recruit anybody to participate in the Drip network. You do need an upline, you do need a buddy, but that's just one level that's above you. And everybody is treated the same, whether you have 0 downline or 150 downline. It doesn't matter, your deposits will be treated the same. But if you do have friends that you want to bring into Drip, you can do that. You can give them your address, they can sign up under you, and you will earn rewards based on their deposits. And if you have at least 5 direct referrals under your wallet, that wallet becomes a team wallet, and there are some extra rewards that the team wallet gets. So buying and selling drip tokens, you need to have some BNB, and again, this is the Binance Smart chain. I'm sure there are lots and lots of videos available on YouTube telling you how to get into crypto, telling you how to buy some BNB. I personally use Binance.us. I'm in the United States, so that works very well and easily for me. But your mileage may vary. The point is you need to have a wallet. Most people, including myself, prefer the MetaMask wallet. You can use other wallets, but I've seen a lot of questions and a lot of difficulties that people have had. For example, people using Trust Wallet, I've seen them having a lot of difficulties using the Drip network and using the different pages and interacting with the smart contracts. So I would recommend using the MetaMask wallet, get some BNB tokens on the Binance Smart chain, and deposit or send those to your MetaMask wallet. The MetaMask wallet is a browser extension, so it works with Chrome and it works with a browser called Brave, which is my personal choice, and it's seamless. It's built right into the browser. You can click a button and you can connect your wallet to whatever web page you are looking at, and that's how you interact with the Drip network. So again, the main swapping contract is called Fountain. There's the website address, drip.community/fountain. And when you come here for the first time with your MetaMask wallet, you're going to click on this button here and connect your MetaMask wallet to the Fountain contract. You'll have to, I mean, you can watch, again, there's a bunch of tutorial videos, I'm sure, on MetaMask and how you can use that wallet. It's pretty self-explanatory. You do have to click approve a lot of times to approve different things, signing functions, and then certainly to spend any of your tokens with a smart contract, you have to connect and you have to approve those spends. That's the point of having a cryptocurrency wallet like MetaMask. So come to this website, click on Connect Wallet. A little bit lower on this site, there's a section where it says Buy Drip. You simply type in the number of BNB that you want to spend and click the Buy button. Now, one thing to note, you need BNB tokens to do each and every transaction. There's something called gas. You need to save some BNB tokens in your wallet. You need to save some of them for gas fees. Another note about this is you can click on this gear button here and you can adjust the slippage tolerance. In the past, I've adjusted it down to 1% slippage and it still worked just fine. So that just gives you a slightly better deal if the price was trying to move a lot and you didn't want to get a much worse price than you bargained for. You can adjust that slip tolerance down to 1%, and in my experience it seems to work just fine. But anyway, you swap some BNB tokens for some drip tokens. Put in the amount of BNB that you want to spend, click buy. Now, this is the meat on the bone here. This is the staking function. So this is the majority of what I want to talk about and what people sometimes people have a hard time understanding how all of this works. So this is the meat and potatoes of the video right here, the staking function. So first of all, just some key points to remember. When you stake drip tokens, you do pay a 10% tax whenever you deposit. So if you deposit 100 tokens, you're actually only going to get credit for 90 tokens on the deposit. When you claim out, when you build up some available tokens in your staking contract, in the Fountain contract, the Faucet contract, when you build up and you want to claim out some of your tokens that you've made, you will pay a 10% tax on those as well. So if you built up 10 drip tokens in your available balance and you wanted to claim those, you're only going to get 9. Now, compounding, or what's called Hydrate, that only has a 5% tax. So same example, if you had 10 tokens built up in your available and you wanted to then compound those 10 tokens, you're actually only going to compound 9.5, right? 5% times 10 is 0.5. So you're going to have 10, but you're going to pay a 0.5 drip tax. And so you're going to be left with 9.5 drip tokens, which will then compound and add to your deposits. I'll go into this in more detail in a moment. Whatever you have on deposit in the Faucet contract earns a 1% daily dividend. So again, every second of every minute of every hour of every day, whatever you have on your deposits, multiply that times 1%. That's what you get every 24 hours. So that comes out in your available balance, and I'll show you in a second what it looks like. But keep in mind, and I can't remember if I mentioned this previously or not, whatever you deposit is burnt. I think I'm actually going to cover that in a moment. But just it bears repeating. Whatever you deposit into the Faucet contract, those tokens are burned. They cannot be withdrawn. They cease to exist. They are burned. They are gone. But why would you want to do that, you say? Well, because you're going to be paid a 1% dividend on those deposits every day, up to a maximum of 365%. Now, that number makes everybody in the world think about, oh, well, that's 1 year. And that is true. But it's important to understand that this is just a return on investment. So you can earn a maximum of 365% of your original deposit. No more, no less. And whenever that max payout is reached, you are done. You will no longer earn the 1% interest on your deposit as soon as you reach that max payout. And again, I'll have more details and examples coming up. Just keep in mind that this isn't meant to represent 365 days. You don't necessarily get 1% for 365 days. You might get it you might get it for longer than that. If you add more deposits, the system is going to keep paying you for longer than 365 days. Again, I'll have examples. And then again, the dividends come out and they come into your what's called available balance. So it's your choice. Your available drip is yours to do with what you would please. You can claim it. Remember, you'll pay a 10% tax. You can hydrate it. You'll only pay a 5% tax. So the first step to depositing or staking on the Faucet contract is to add a buddy. So again, here's the website, drip.community, this time /Faucet. The very first thing to do on this page when you're brand new is you need to get a buddy. So you copy and paste my address down below, or whoever invited you to Drip, you paste their address right here into the buddy address. You click on update. You will have to approve that. You will have to spend a very small amount of BNB tokens to perform that function. Again, remember I said you need to hold some extra BNB tokens in your wallet. Not a lot. $20, $30 worth is plenty. But you do need to hold a small amount of BNB tokens in your wallet, to be able to play, to be able to pay all these gas fees. So there is a small fee for adding your buddy, but you need to have a buddy. You cannot enter the Faucet. You cannot stake Drip tokens without a buddy. So again, if you appreciate and enjoy this video, I would appreciate you using my buddy address. I will post it in the comments down below. Actually, in the description. Now, again, I'm going to repeat this probably a couple more times in this video. When you deposit Drip tokens, those tokens are burnt. And I use the English, the UK version. Burned, burnt, whatever. Those tokens cease to exist. They're gone. You cannot withdraw them. They are toast, literally and figuratively. Again, we're doing this on drip.community /Faucet. You come here to the deposit area. You enter. I took this screenshot when I happened to have some Drip in my wallet. You type in however many Drip you would like to deposit. Most of the time people would just hit the max because, well, actually, I'll try to remember to mention that, but one part of a strategy that you might use with drip is you might keep a bag of drip tokens on the side, ones that you don't deposit, because then you don't have to pay taxes to deposit, you don't have to pay taxes to claim, you only need to pay taxes 10% to sell. So you might want to keep a bag of drip on the side, up to you. But anyway, you put in the number of drip tokens that you want to deposit into the Faucet smart contract and click deposit. Easy peasy. You need to approve that transaction. You need to give the smart contract permission to spend your drip tokens. There might actually be two confirmations or two approvals. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I did a deposit like this. But anyway, that's when you'll use your MetaMask built-in wallet on the browser, and you can deposit your drip tokens into the Faucet. Dividends. Okay, what is the point of drip? Well, the point is you can deposit these drip tokens into the Faucet smart contract. You can see the deposits for one of my accounts here. Again, we're using drip.community/Faucet. Once you deposit your drip tokens, remember you're going to pay a 10% tax. That number is going to show up here. The after tax number is going to show up right here under deposits. You will then begin to earn 1% of that amount per day, per 24 hours. So whatever your number is right here, that's how you calculate what comes out every day here. Simply multiply this times 1%, and every 24 hours, slowly but surely, those tokens are going to build up over here under your available. Those are the tokens that are available to you. These are no longer available to you. These are burnt. These are gone. But the larger the number you have here, the more tokens are going to come out over here every day. Okay? Hydrating. So, hydrating is just a word in the drip network that means compound. So when you hydrate, you're just compounding your interest. The hydrate function, actually, let me back up a second. So when you have tokens over here and available, remember, you can claim those, meaning you can pay the 10% tax and just get those drip tokens transferred back out to your wallet, or you can compound or hydrate those tokens. If you claim them, 10% tax. If you hydrate them, 5% tax. However, and this is a big area of confusion for a lot of people, so please pay close attention, and I'll repeat this. When you hydrate, you are actually doing two things at the same time. One, you are withdrawing these available tokens. Two, you are then depositing those tokens into the deposits minus the 5% minus the 5% tax. Again, when you click the hydrate button, two things are going to happen. The available tokens will be withdrawn and taxed, and then the remainder of those tokens will be deposited. So the fact that you're withdrawing those, that's the same thing as a claim. Okay? It sounds weird. You're not claiming to take it out of the platform. You're not claiming to take it and sell it for BNB, but it is nonetheless a claim. You have claimed some of the tokens that you earned based on your deposits. So it does count against your claims even when you do a hydrate. So whether you do a claim or whether you do a hydrate, if I did it right at this moment, whether I did a claim or whether I did hydrate, whether I clicked the claim button or the hydrate button, this 1.315 is going to be added to my claimed. Let me say that again. whether I claim this or hydrate this, that amount of tokens will be added to my claimed. So what's the big deal about that? Well, look at your max payout. Okay, this is the maximum payout that I can get from the drip network, from the Faucet contract. This is my maximum payout, but I've already claimed this. So what I have left in terms of being paid out on this platform is this number minus this number, because I've already claimed this amount. So my max payout is no longer really this number. You have to subtract that because you've already claimed some of your payout. And again, even if you do a hydrate, it counts against your claims. Here's another point of confusion. So many people don't understand what happens when they hydrate and when they compound, and what happens after 365 days, and is the timer reset, and is it more than 365 days? No, it's not days. It is not days. The max payout, and look, you can do the calculations yourself. Take the number that you have in deposits, multiply times 3.65. You will always get your max payout number. If you take this number, multiply times 3.65, you will arrive at this number. Now, they only go out 3 digits, so sometimes it'll be like a little bit off, because this might be like 9.1700000009 or something. Okay, it's going to round up, so it won't necessarily be exact. 188.918 times 3.65. What do you know? 689.550. Now, again, came out a little bit different, but that's because we're only seeing 3 digits after the decimal place. So, whenever you add to your deposits, whether you make a new deposit into your contract or you hydrate the available tokens which are withdrawn and then deposited, any means by which you add tokens to your deposits, everything goes up. Your deposits number will go up. This number here, the max payout number, is always 3.65 times your deposits. That number is going to go up because you have more deposits. And the number of tokens that you receive each day, that will also go up. Everything goes up. So your deposits goes up. Your max payout goes up. The rate at which you earn available tokens goes up. The only thing that wouldn't go up in that case would be claims. Because if you're depositing, you're depositing. You're not claiming. I want to point something out here, that when you're first joining the drip network, you must deposit a minimum of 10 drip. Now, as the price keeps going up, the developer of this project has promised that he will eventually lower that minimum drip requirement. But when you first begin with drip, when you first deposit into the Faucet contract, you need to deposit at least 10 drip tokens. Later on, once you already have deposits and you want to, let's say you want to deposit some more, you can deposit less than 10 drip tokens. You can deposit 1 drip, 10 drip, 3 drip, whatever you want to deposit. You already have deposits, you're no longer subject to that 10 drip token minimum. If you add a deposit and you're already a player, you're already in this, you're already staked, and you add a new deposit, the contract will automatically deposit the available. So it'll take the available tokens over here, add it to the whatever tokens you're now newly depositing, and all of that will go into your deposits. So if I came along right now with this screenshot and I had one drip to deposit, and I said I clicked on deposit and deposited that one drip token. Well, first of all, it's going to be taxed. It's going to be a 10% tax, so it's actually going to only be, let's use a different number. Let's say I had 10 drip that I want to deposit, and if I click on deposit and tell it to deposit those 10 drip tokens, it's going to be a 10% tax, so it's only going to be 9. It's also going to take this 1.315 into account. It's going to add that to the 9, so in total it would be depositing 10.315 into my deposits. Okay, so that's kind of a cool way to avoid extra taxes. So if you make a new deposit, you're going to pay 10% on that new deposit, but this amount is going to transfer from your available to your deposits tax-free. Automatically transfers available drip tokens from your available to your deposits tax-free. You do have to pay the 10% tax on the new deposit, but there's no tax on the tokens going from available to deposits. And again, when you add deposits, everything goes up. Your deposits goes up, the rate at which you're earning new tokens goes up, and your max payout goes up. Alrighty, so now let's take a look at some examples. So for this example, I'm going to use day 0 as my starting point. I like to use round numbers. I think it makes it easier. So I'm just going to pretend that after taxes, your deposit, your original deposit at the beginning was around even 100 drip tokens. So at this point, you're going to have nothing available. You're going to have your deposit of 100. You're going to have nothing claimed. And again, max payout simply equals 3.65 times your deposits. Now keep this in mind, the 365% max payout, 365% max payout. Keep in mind that you are forfeiting and burning these tokens. So you put 100 in and do nothing for, in this case, this would be 1 year. At the end of 365 days, your available is going to be 365. You would be taxed on that to claim it out. You would be taxed again on it when you sell. But what you have to realize is that you put 100 in to begin with, and in that case you'd be taking 365 out. So actually your net profit is 265 tokens. Your profit is 265 in that case, because you don't get this 100 back. Those are burnt. But this is a simple example here, just this first box, this first area of no hydrating, no additional deposits. Now, hydrating is just another way of making a new deposit. You're just taking your available, you're only paying 5% tax instead of 10% tax, and what happens to those tokens? You are putting them into the deposits, even when you hydrate. So here's the example of 100 days later. You do nothing, you have your 100 deposit. That is going to be earning 1% per day. 1% of 100, I'm pretty sure that's 1. So after 100 days, your available balance is going to be 100 drip tokens. Your deposit is still the same. You haven't claimed anything yet. And your max payout is still, as always, 3.65 times your deposits. It's always 3.65 times your deposits. That just understanding that right there, that your max payout is always going to be 3.65 times your deposits, that will help you to understand all of these what if scenarios. Well, what if I hydrate for 10 days and then I claim and then I hydrate, what if I hydrate for every day for a year, and then, okay, just add up what you're going to be adding by hydrating or adding new deposits. Add that up into your deposits, multiply times 3.65. Now you know your max payout. But there's an important thing with this example, and I've talked about this already, but it bears repeating. When you hydrate, it counts against claims. It is a claim. It is a withdrawal and a deposit in one function. Okay, that's why you saw on my example, I've hydrated a few times. So therefore, I have some claims. Now I have never claimed out and sold on the market. I haven't claimed drip tokens to my wallet and then sell them for BNB. I've never done that, but I have hydrated many times. That's why I show a claimed amount right there. So let's say it's day 100. You have this 100 drip sitting there, and you want to recoup your original investment. Well, keep in mind, when you hydrate or when you claim, you're going to pay a tax, either 5% for hydrating, 10% for claiming. But nonetheless, let's just say you're at day 100. You want to claim out these 100 tokens. Now this example is showing what happens when you hydrate, but what happens when you claim is pretty simple. You have 100 available. You're going to pay a 10% tax, which means you're going to end up with 90 drip tokens transferred to your wallet. That's your wallet. That's your private keys. That's the nice thing about this. One of the nice things about this program is it's just you and the contract. That's the name of the game with crypto. It's you and the blockchain. In this case, it's you and the smart contract that is sitting on the blockchain. Okay, so you could claim those. You could pay 10% tax. You get 90 drip tokens. Where do they go? They go into your wallet. That's how you claim. They go into your wallet. They would also show up on your claimed. But now in this case, I want to talk about, well, what happens if I hydrate? What if I hydrate for 7 days and then I just don't do anything? What if I hydrate 100 days? Okay, so you have to do the math. But this is a simple example, and this is where people get confused about the 365%, because I want to show you something here. So, in fact, I'm going to need the calculator. Let me get the calculator. Okay. Calculator. So after I hydrate the 100, so this is day 101. So let's say day 100, I decide I'm going to hydrate these 100. Okay. When I hydrate, I'm going to pay a 5% tax. So 100 becomes 95, right? That's easy math. 100 times 95%. Or 100 minus 5%, it's going to be 95. So now my deposit is going to grow. It's going to be 100 plus the 95 that I just hydrated over, equaling 195 tokens in my deposits. Now, I want to point this out. This was easy math. When we had 100 tokens on deposit, how much did we get every day? Well, 1% of 100, that's easy. 1 token per day. But now, my deposit is 195. Now, how much am I going to earn? 1.95, because 195 times 1% is 1.95. So instead of 1 token per day, I'm earning almost 2 tokens per day. What happens to my max payout? 195 times 3.65 equals 711.75. Okay, so here's a question. When am I going to hit max payout? Is it going to be 1 year from now? Is it going to be 1 year from day 0? Is it going to be day 365? Is it going to be day... do I have to add 300? Do I have 365 days more now? So is it going to be day 466 now? Well, think about the rules of the contract. When do you stop being paid? Whenever you reach max payout. By the way, I claimed out, when I hydrated, I claimed out those 100. Therefore, my claim now shows 100, right? My max payout, you just saw how I calculated that, right? Deposits times 3.65. Now, do the math. How many drip tokens am I going to be paid before this ends? Well, 711.75 minus 100. I already claimed 100. This is my max payout. When I have received my max payout, I stop earning 1%. That's it. No more 1% because I already reached the max payout. So what's that? So I have 611.75 tokens remaining to be paid out. How long is that going to take? Well, what's my daily rate? I'm getting 1.95 per day, right? And I have yet to be paid out, how many? 611.75 tokens. That's what I still get to get paid out. If I do nothing more, no more hydrating, no more deposits, I just sit on it the rest of the time. How much longer? Well, take 611.75, divide that by your daily pay. 1.95. 313 days. 313 days. So if I do nothing from this day forward, I will be paid 1.95 drip for 313 more days. 313 plus 101 is 414. So I extended my payout, but I extended the time of my payout, and I extended the size of my payout. Remember, my max payout used to be 365, but when I hydrated, my max payout went up because I added the deposits, and max payout is always 1.65. Excuse me, deposits times 3.65. Okay, so it's not simple, and there's no simple answer. It depends on how often you hydrate, how much you hydrate. It depends on the timing of it. You know, did you wait a long time and then hydrate? All of that matters. But like, you don't really need to, in my opinion, there's no real pressing need to figure out exactly when you're going to stop getting paid. But one overriding thing that is important is that the more you deposit and or hydrate, because hydrate is just another way to deposit, the more you hydrate, the more you deposit, the longer it's going to keep paying you, and the higher rate, right? If you add to deposits, your 1% per day goes up. It's still 1%, but it's now multiplied times a larger deposit, so it's more drip tokens per day. All right. Claiming and selling, I saw on the Telegram recently, somebody said, well, how do I claim? It's very simple. This is done on the Faucet, drip.community/Faucet. You just click the claim button. There's a hydrate button and there's a claim button. What can you hydrate and or claim? Whatever's in your available. I shouldn't say and or. You can hydrate what's in your available, or you can claim what's in your available. You can't claim what's in your deposits. That's burnt. You can claim what's in available. You can't hydrate what's in your deposits. You can hydrate what's in your available. Clear. So how do you claim? Whatever comes over to your available. How much is going to come over to available? 1% a day of whatever your deposits are. You can simply press the claim button and approve the transaction on your MetaMask wallet. Those drip tokens will be transferred directly to your wallet, and then when you come over to the fountain page, drip.community/fountain, you can simply type in the number of drip that you want to sell. Remember, there is a tax for doing this, as there is a tax for claiming. 10% for claiming, 5% for hydrating, 10% for selling. So there was also some discussion in the Telegram about the use case. What is the what utility does this cryptocurrency serve? What is it? How does this improve the world? Well, not every crypto has to solve a problem. Although you could say that this crypto solves the problem of middlemen in finance, of crappy interest rates in finance, of fees in finance, of counterparty risk in finance. The point of this is to act as a store of value, and it gives you a way to amplify your gains in 3 different ways. All of these ways are happening simultaneously, can be happening simultaneously. There's no guarantee in markets, so these 2 down here are not guaranteed. But the compounding function, that is guaranteed. That is hard-coded into the smart contract, which is immutable. It's written in stone on the Binance Smart Chain blockchain. So one way to amplify your gains in DRIP is to compound regularly. You can do it every day, you can do it twice a day, you can do it 3 times a day, you can do it once a week, you can do it every 5 days, whatever you want to do. You can compound regularly and you're going to earn more DRIP tokens. You don't have to compound. You can just let the tokens drip out to your available at 1% a day. But if you compound, you don't have to spend any new money other than the small BNB transaction fee of doing the Hydrate function. But if you can compound, and then your deposit grows, right? And you keep putting that 1% back into the deposits, you accumulate more DRIP tokens on deposit. You're not actually getting DRIP tokens, but your deposit number is growing. And therefore, your max payout is growing, and therefore your available, the rate at which your tokens come to available, that's also growing. So compounding is a way to amplify your gains in DRIP. Now, the other thing that's been happening really strongly lately is DRIP is going up versus BNB. This chart here is one I put together myself. I went into the Fountain contract, and every day at 0000 UTC, I look at what is the price of DRIP versus BNB, BNB versus DRIP, however you want to call it. And I track that, and I've been tracking that. I tracked that. I went into the BSC scan and looked up the data for each and every day since this platform was launched on April 22nd. So this is the closing price of DRIP priced in BNB since the contract was started, since the token was launched. And you can see there was a period of time here where it sort of stagnated, and the low was 0.008 something. I don't remember exactly. But you can see now we are above 0.035. Last time I checked this, it was up 357%. It's obviously up more than that today. This just keeps going up, at least lately. Now, that's no guarantee of future results, but that is a way that your gains in DRIP can be amplified, because each DRIP token becomes worth more and more BNB. And last but not least, theoretically, ideally, the BNB token will go up against the US dollar. That hasn't been happening a lot lately, but I believe, not financial advice, but I believe that will start happening again, and BNB will go way up against the US dollar. So if you're doing all 3 of those things, or if you're doing compounding regularly and the DRIP is going up versus BNB, and BNB is going up against the dollar, you are amplifying times amplifying your gains in this, and it can turn into a very large daily wage for you. So with DRIP, you want to hold You want to hold the drip tokens. This is not a pump and dump. This is not something you buy and then sell it. This is something that you hold on to. You keep compounding your drip tokens. You keep increasing your deposits. You keep increasing your daily payout. And I want you to or keep in mind that crypto is the fastest appreciating financial asset on Earth. Nothing has appreciated faster in value than crypto. So to give you an example, Bitcoin back in 2009 was trading for, I believe it was around 4 Bitcoin per penny. But just using 1 Bitcoin per penny, Bitcoin went from 1 cent to recently in 2021, the high was over $64,000 per coin. 1 cent to $64,000 per coin. That actually happened. That is a real thing. Nothing else on earth has ever done that much appreciation. So that is a 6.4 million X. In other words, if you had invested $1 single back in 2009, when it was 1 penny, that dollar could have been worth $6.4 million just earlier this year. There's another crypto that I follow and invest in called Hex. Hex did so far at the high, from the low to the high, which is over a little bit over a year and a half. It did a 1763x. So a dollar could have become $1,763. And I really believe that DeFi is the future of finance. Finance is a big industry. I don't know how many trillions of dollars the financial industry comprises, but it's pretty big. And the thing about DeFi, there's a lot of things about DeFi that make it great, and I really believe it's the wave of the future in terms of people dealing with their finances, especially store of value. That is the killer app for cryptocurrency, in my opinion. Bitcoin has acted as a good store of value. Hex has acted as a good store of value. And I think Drip will act as a very, very good store of value. But with DeFi, there's no middleman. Nobody that you have to deal with. No crappy hours at the bank. None of that. No middlemen. There's no counterparty risk. You don't have to worry about somebody running away with your money. You have your money. You have full control of your money. It's in your wallet. You hold your private keys. It's you and the code, and you don't have to worry about anybody else. Especially with a smart contract like Drip, where it is hard-coded, written in stone on the Binance blockchain. With that is about it. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please remember to hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.